Family members have identified the other man who died as 39-year-old Timothy Quinn. Loved ones tell us he was a steelworker from Fitzhenry near Smithton. KDKA's Jennifer Barrasso spoke with one of his friends and joins us live from UPMC Mercy Hospital. Jen.
That's right, Ken. So I sat down with his co-worker, David Wheatley. He tells me this is a hard hit for the plant. He knew both men who were killed. And as you mentioned, Timothy Quinn, he told me that he was a great guy, a hard worker. He also knows the other man who died. He tells me that he was a man of faith. He had a positive attitude.
My heart sank because I know a lot of people and worked with a lot of people on that unit.
David Wheatley was in training when he got the stunning news, a deadly explosion at U.S. Steel's Clairton Coke Works near Pittsburgh. He's worked at the plant for 14 years. He's a mechanical maintenance technician.
They just told me there was an explosion on 14 battery, or they said 14 batteries exploded, and then I put two and two together, be 14 battery.
Killed his co-worker and his friend Timothy Quinn of Westmoreland County, described as one of the best guys he's ever worked with in operations. Quinn worked in the mill a little over 15 years. His latest title, a heater. His dad worked at the mill too.
Q was a good dude. I mean, he would give you a shirt off his back if you needed anything, had any questions about the job or anything. He would be there. He knew it, and he was just one hell of a dude. I mean, can't really explain it more than that. I mean, he was probably one of the best co-workers I ever had. I mean, he's a good guy. Every time I'd see him in a parking lot, you walk past him, he's always smiling, no matter what it was. He would always smile. He didn't care if he doubled, forced doubled. Just Q was just a smiler, a talker, and a laugher. He loved his job. He was one of the best guys that I ever worked with in operations. He knew the job left and right. He would explain the job to you, like to the T. He knew it.
Off the job, Quinn, who just turned 39, was a father of 3. He had a girlfriend.
He was a dad. He had kids. I mean, he loved his family. He talked about his kids all the time.
Hours later, Wheatley has a lot of questions about what went wrong.
There's so many things that will probably never be answered, but hopefully they are answered. It's just could be a freak accident. I mean, we do maintenance and everybody, they try to keep up with the plant, but some things, accidents happen, equipment fails. There's nothing, if equipment fails, there's nothing you can do.
We know Allegheny County Police, the county fire marshal, and the ATF are investigating. Now, everyone just trying to process the loss and praying for those who survived.
U.S. Steel lost one hell of an employee. Q was one great guy. Really hope he did not suffer. The whole union, it's just pray for everybody. That's all they pretty much could do.
Now, a friend of the man, the steelworker who was flown here to UPMC Mercy, he's in the burn center, told me today has been an emotional, tough day for all of us. He has a wife and small children who could use our love, support, and especially our prayers. Reporting live, Jennifer Barrasso, KDKA-TV News.